All right, guys, what's up? Welcome to the first episode of We're Not Related.
There you go.
I've been saying the title of our show wrong this entire time, so.
And I've had to correct him like 3 times.
Yes. And
Yeah.
say hello to our very obvious fake-looking plant. Got it on Amazon for like $3.
I swear there are 2 types of gays. Ones that can't keep a plant alive, and then the green thumbs.
Yeah, like I'm a daddy, but not a plant daddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a twink daddy.
Are you a twink?
No, I mean like I'm like a twink's daddy. Like, I'm a twink's daddy. I like to be a daddy to a twink.
Okay, I get
Right.
I get that. Because this is not giving twink. It's not giving twink. This entire intro is just going to be us laughing. Fuck that. This entire show is going to be just
Wait,
us
oh my
laughing.
God. Did you water the plants?
There's a bunch more over there.
Oh my God.
There's a bunch more over there that also look fake as fuck.
Well, unpopular
And it's
opinion.
fine.
So, have you ever put protein in your cereal?
No, I don't.
Because I did it earlier. I did it
Not
earlier.
a bad idea though.
No, I did it earlier, and a friend of mine, messaged me back, and he was like, "Protein in cereal? That's wild." And I'm like, "Well, gains, you know what I mean?"
Did you mix it in with the milk?
I did, yeah, it was good, almond milk.
Oh, okay.
And so we're broadcasting
bad
live.
idea.
I mean, not live, but we're broadcasting from my kitchen.
It's a beautiful setup here.
Yeah, it is,
Hey,
it is.
listen, look, we have limited resources, and this looks great.
No, I feel like it does. It's kind of giving.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so today we were actually going to discuss a topic that's near and dear to my heart, and that's
Don't get me started.
and I'm sitting here with the lesbian, not like one of the lesbians, but like the lesbian.
Tell me again.
Yeah. Juliet Meth,
Did you have to say my last name?
not to be confused with Breaking Bad, but
You know, I just started watching that show for the first time.
is it good?
It actually is very good.
What does it give?
It's hard to binge watch. It's one of those shows because it's very heavy.
I was gonna
But
say I feel like it's too heavy for my taste.
the acting is amazing. The storyline is amazing, and it completely captures your attention the
Are there
entire
gays?
time. Not that I know of. I'm only on the 4th episode.
But isn't the show Prison Break the guy that stars in it? He's gay.
Yeah, he is.
in real life, but not
Yeah,
in the show.
Not in the show.
Got it.
What's his name?
I forgot. He like fell off the face of the planet.
He did.
Yeah, kind of like what's the gay one from Teen Wolf that we all knew was gay?
Oh,
What's his name?
Colton Haynes.
Colton Haynes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God.
Shout out.
I used to think he was so hot, but
He is. He's still super hot.
but no, he came out and then like disappeared.
Yeah. Well, now he's just kind of doing the content creation thing from what I've seen.
He's in the talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good for him.
I follow him.
I follow him too, but
Yeah.
I mean, the work that he's had done is amazing.
Oh, no, he looks fantastic.
No, yeah. He's definitely
does.
he's been nipped and tucked a few times, but
I watched this is wild. Hollywood is crazy. So I watched an interview with him recently, and he said that when he first moved to LA, his acting coach forced him to get rid of his
Yes.
gay voice.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't get cast in straight roles.
I just want to know how that works. Like speaking on the topic of gay voices, like how do you get rid of that? Because I've even tried to speak straight just to like humor myself, not because I was being serious, but but I noticed that like if I'm having sex, like I can sound like a straight daddy real fast. But like,
Really?
oh no, I can. Yeah. Like something happens, like I don't know, the testosterone hits. My voice drops. I don't know if it's the adrenaline. I don't know what it is, but like if I'm having sex, my voice will drop like 10 octaves.
Really?
Yeah, and all of a sudden I'm like Don Daddy. That's the only time my gay voice can go away is like sex.
I don't understand what it stems from in the first place. Is it environment? Is it the way you're born?
Well, they have like documentaries like on the gay voice because I mean we're born men, like you're born a woman, but like
Yeah.
why is it because you're a lesbian your voice is husky, and because I'm gay I
you
like
calling
sound
me
like
husky?
this. I mean,
You calling me
if the
husky?
shoe fits, mama. No, but it's so true though. Like I don't know like where it comes from because like I don't know like I have the biological makeup of a man. Like my voice should be lower, but instead I came out and I was like, Mama, those shoes don't go with that dress. I don't know.
I have a question. I don't think you were this kid, but I've never asked you this before. Were you the kid to try on your mom's clothes? Were you that gay kid?
No, I didn't do that. I think shoes, I would like play around with like her makeup and stuff more than anything.
Okay.
I didn't really care about the clothes.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
walk around in her heels.
No, like in the way that I love the pop girls, like I love sickening women in high heels and leotards and all that shit, but I've never like had a desire to put it on.
Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
Because people meet me and they're like, you'd be such a good drag queen. And I'm like, first of all, I'm not shaving my beard. That's number one.
Oh no, you'd be a bearded queen.
Yeah. And number two, I don't know. Like, I've never related to that.
Yeah, you've never had that desire.
No, I'm good.
It's okay. I don't want to put on a dress either.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, we've had this discussion.
Yeah.
Like, I like effeminate men, though.
Yeah.
I like that stuff on other people, just not me. If that makes any sense.
I get that. I'm the exact same way. I
Yeah.
love femininity. It's beautiful. But I don't.
Do you?
What? Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Bitch, where?
Not on me.
I was like, I know you walked in here with some click clacks. Imagine you show up in a tube top and some
imagine?
fucking high heels. I'm ready to shoot.
I'm ready to film.
Oh my
go-
god.
Excuse me? This is supposed to be we're not related. Now you look like my straight sister.
No. You know what's crazy is that like we're on the topic about like gays and lesbians. The way we date is different. The things that we look for is different. The way that we emotionally attach is completely different.
Very.
Men have their
Yeah.
own set of issues. Lesbians, it's like you guys like move in within 3 minutes and then it's like a bunch of drama. A men is like, I don't want to move in with you. No, I'm not in love with you, but let me act like I'm in love with you and let me create all this drama. But yeah, I kind of want to move in with you, but oh my god, wait, you're moving too fast. Bitch, what?
How is it that I was just having this conversation with my sister? Gay men do not want to be in monogamous relationships.
Well, that's them.
That's them. I know you're different.
That's them.
I know you're built different.
Yeah,
But
I'm built different than that, yeah.
almost every gay man I know is in an open relationship. What is that about?
Well, as you know, I have very many videos, and we're gonna zoom in on my face on this part, talking about that because look, okay, I don't judge an open relationship. You can be in one. Like, you know this. I don't judge it. Do whatever you want to do. However, for me to be in one, like you're not gonna sleep with my husband. If I'm single, I'll sleep with you and your husband. But but you're not gonna sleep with mine, okay?
Yeah, no, you're very like,
Call it a double standard. If
Yeah.
I'm single, I'll sleep with you and your man. If I'm in a relationship, no, mine's off limits.
yeah.
So we're not doing that. Don't look over here. I'm just not into that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, but I don't judge it. I think it's a case-by-case basis. And what I hate too the most is like when you go to older gay couples and you tell them that you're monogamous and they're like, well, give it 10 years. Well, we'll see. Well, we'll see. Oh. Well, it's like, mama, first of all, like everyone's different. Like, calm
Yeah,
down.
everyone's different.
Like you all, like you want everyone to live life the way they live, laugh, love, the way you want them, like however you want to live. But then it's like when I'm telling you what I enjoy or what I like, you want to judge that also. So it's like
Yeah.
I can't win. You know what I mean? Like the older gays are telling me that I'm crazy for being monogamous and just give it 10 years. And then like the ones that are in open relationships are like, you're insulting us. Like, you know, like this is like they get offended when I say that I don't want to have one. And it's like, well, why? I'm not saying anything disparaging against yours. I'm just saying
Yeah.
for me personally, like you like regular Coke and I could tell, and I like diet.
Yeah.
I just,
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I mean, I think people get very touchy with this particular subject.
yeah.
I think it's because, what's the word I'm looking for? They're kind of, this is such an obvious word that I'm blanking on.
Insecure.
No, not insecure. It's something to be ashamed about. Why am I blanking on this term?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's being ashamed about. I just think that they feel judged.
Yeah, there's
They feel like
stigma. Jesus Christ.
stigma, yeah.
Yeah, there's a stigma against open relationships. So I think when people are in one, they tend to get really defensive
Yeah.
to people who are more traditional and monogamous.
yeah,
And
but
it's like, but we're not saying that what you're doing is necessarily wrong. It's just not for me.
well, that comes from insecurity though. Because if you were truly secure, and you were very secure in your open relationship, and if it was working so well, you wouldn't have so much fucking shit to say.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you just wouldn't.
I also think, maybe this is me being a little judgmental, but I think if you're in an open relationship, that person that you're with isn't fulfilling something within you. Like, it might not be enough.
Yeah, I mean, I can go either way with that. Like, a friend of mine the other day was saying, he was like, you know, if it's been 10 years and you want to, like, play around or you want to do something, like, together, like, I'm down for that. So I don't always think it's the case, but I think a lot of times, like, I hang out with these couples that are in open relationships, you start to see the cracks.
Well, that's what I mean.
They start
There's
to show
always, like, there's There's always some cracks in
Yeah.
the foundation of the
And
relationship.
throw in some alcohol, they're fighting at the end of the night, always.
That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
you looked at him, he looked at you, well, why wasn't I there? Da 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 da. And it's just like, no, there's something missing. And then the more you hang out with them, the more things unravel.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met couples who like do things together, and that, in my opinion, is completely different. But if you're in an
Yeah.
open relationship, there's some cracks in the foundation of it. That's just what I've noticed.
Well, I feel like, so for me, like, I don't know if you remember this, but like a year ago, I told you I was like, I was dating someone. And I told you, I said, you know, I'd kind of be down for like someone to watch.
That's still different in
But
my
that's
opinion.
different.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
that's
want you
still
joining
different.
in, but
Yeah.
like for someone to watch, like I thought that would be hot. Mm-hmm. But there's levels to it, right?
Yeah.
Like this whole thing where it's like, no, you can do what you want to do. I do what I want to do. And then like we both get tested, make sure that we're good. No.
Yeah, no.
Like we're besties at that point.
Yeah.
Like we're roommates, we're glorified roommates. Just call it what it is.
Just friends with benefits.
Yeah.
Because that's what I mean. I think being in a relationship, this is a controversial opinion, I'm sorry.
Say it with your
But
chest. Say that shit
I
with
think
your chest.
being in a I can't say shit without lyrics coming out of your mouth. I can't. I think being in a relationship takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of discipline, and those are two things that people tend to avoid in 2024.
Well, yeah, because everything is there's so much access.
There's so much access.
Like social media too, like these
Yeah.
thirst traps. It's like constant dick getting shoved down your throat, basically, no pun intended. But it's just like you open your app and there's like another hotter guy.
Yeah.
Right. But what you
Yeah.
don't understand is that it's all fake. Like they don't look
Yeah.
like that. Also, like when you see a lot of these Insta thoughts and all these people that are like tempting you on a daily basis, they never look exactly like their photos.
Yeah.
And to quote Katy Perry, it's all artificial.
It's to quote the mother.
She doesn't know about that. Like she doesn't really care about the new Katy Perry album. By the way, stream 143. But no, but she does have a song talking about like artificial and like how everything is fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's
you
true.
you don't know what's real, what's not. So just kind of like live your life, do what makes you happy, and like block the noise out. Because it's true. Like relationships are a sacrifice. They're a commitment.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole notion that like that real love doesn't exist and that it's fleeting and that it fades. And it's like, yeah, I agree that definitely the butterflies die down.
Yeah, of course. That honeymoon phase dies down,
Yeah.
but I don't believe that love fades.
No, there isn't. There's still, you can still have that fire for somebody with the butterflies being died down a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that if you really love somebody unconditionally, that just doesn't like go away.
I agree. It never
Yeah.
really does. It never goes away.
And I've been in a long relationship. Like I know what it's like for it to go stale, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But it never really goes stale if you're like really truly in love with them and you have a foundation.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people, especially in LA, like everyone's dating because they're lonely. Mm-hmm. They're not dating with intention. They're dating with the intention of not being alone.
Yeah.
So
Everyone's afraid of being alone.
everybody.
So,
And they also settle. Like they settle for shit that they wouldn't normally settle for because it's like, oh, I have a warm body next to me. And I'm not that girl.
yeah, no, I'm not that person either. I would rather be alone.
Right.
Straight up, I'd rather be alone.
No. Like, especially having somebody in my space in that way. But I will say, I do appreciate how emotional lesbians are, though.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. We're nothing but emotion. Or
Yeah.
it's also kind of hard for me to speak on this because I am such an emotionally driven person. So I feel like I have a
Same.
warped sense of reality, but I also am a woman and I've been out for 10 years now. So I've been dating women for 10 years and I know how emotionally driven those relationships are. But that can also lead to, like, lesbians, for example, they have the highest rate of domestic abuse. And that's just like a sad statistic, but it's true. And I can totally see dating women for 10 years how that could be the case. Because I've been in those types of relationships before.
Like the really toxic ones.
Really toxic.
Well, because that's a question for you too. Is like, I mean, gay men have their own toxicity and they fight and they put their hands on each other and all. I mean, I think whether you're gay, straight, whatever it is, you can have that type of toxicity. But lesbians in general, I've noticed, it's like it hits different.
It does.
It's like it's
Yeah.
really it's like kind of off. Like it's really like vile too. Like
Yeah.
you got like it can get really dirty.
Yeah, it can.
Like, and I don't know what it is about two females that makes, well, I mean, I guess it would be men are also able to like cut the emotion off. Mm-hmm. Like women are very all up in it.
Yeah.
But then it's like I say that, but then I've known couples that are, in my past, not anymore, but I've known couples that have been really vile with each other.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
sad when you get two people together who bring out the worst in each other. in any type of relationship.
Yeah.
But I mean, lesbians, they are so driven by emotion. And in a sense, that's such a beautiful thing. And I love the experience of dating
Yeah.
other women because there's just nothing like it. And you guys completely and utterly understand each other. So there's a level of empathy there. But at the same time, women know how to manipulate very, very well. So you have to be careful with who you give your heart to. I mean, that's what I do. I try to be as careful as possible with picking the people that I date.
I mean, no, it is true. Like, I feel like women do have an understanding of manipulation.
Yeah,
I always,
sure.
like, I feel like I've told you this in the past, too. Like, men always have a tell.
Yeah.
Like, even when they try to manipulate, they're not that good at it. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you can figure out a guy. Like, guys, it is true what they say. Guys are not complicated. It's super easy. It's, like, kind of like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Like, even, like...
A to B, women are not like that.
No,
They're
yeah.
so complicated. I
No,
am a
yeah.
woman and I don't understand women.
Well, no, you told me stories, and I'm just like, whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
She got that kind of time on her hands? Damn.
Sometimes
Honestly,
you're like,
she's terrible, but I gotta give it up.
yeah.
You know one thing about my bitch?
You know what? You
ate that. You know what,
You
you
ate
crazy psychopathic bitch? You ate that.
Yeah. Especially when they hide it so well.
Oh my God,
oh,
I know.
You're batshit crazy.
Oh, you're a snake.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I have to stand.
Sometimes you're like,
I have to stand
honestly, work.
with a bitch who executes.
Yeah.
Yes, damn.
Yeah, but women can do that in a way that men can't. Unfortunately, that's been the case for me. And
Well, in a way that some men can.
what you trying to say?
You know, I've been around the block.
I can't. I've been lucky though.
What does Taylor say? Darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream.
Yes, yeah, that's the line. I've been lucky though. I haven't dated someone really, really toxic since I was like 23.
I feel like you told me that story.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bad instance, and then it completely snapped me out of just completely ignoring the red flags. So I've dated, everyone I've dated since then has been very sweet.
Well, the red flags are important because I feel like people tell you who they are early on.
Yeah.
Now, I do believe that people can change, like especially like with getting back with an ex or things like that. Like people always say you shouldn't get back with an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, but I think that sometimes, like I did a video about this, like sometimes it really just is bad timing.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you
Yeah.
can bring the worst out of each other, not because you're not compatible, but it's just the wrong time. Your circumstances, things like that can really affect the way that you act. And then it's like if you let a few years go by and you try again, sometimes it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, for the longest time, I didn't believe in right person, wrong time. Because for a while, I was like, why would that person enter your life if it's the wrong time? But I also, now that I'm a little bit older, I realize that that mindset isn't necessarily fair. Because someone could re-enter your life. People come into your life for a reason. And I
Yeah.
believe that people come into your life for a certain time for a reason. That being said, it could not work the first time and then suddenly they're back in your life and the circumstances have changed and then it works.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I believe in that. I know stories
Yeah.
like that too.
You know, for sure. I mean, it's definitely not giving like Ben and J-Lo because they're going to get divorced again.
No,
It's not giving that.
no,
but
definitely. Sometimes you're really just not compatible.
Sometimes it really does not, but I think the lust is there.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm going to tell you, like, good sex will cloud your judgment, honey. Like, oh, don't I know it? Because there have been relationships that I have stayed in way too long because the bed game was bomb. and it had me by the throat. Okay.
Sometimes that shit has you in a chokehold.
It
Yeah, it's true.
does.
Yeah.
Or you have them in a chokehold.
Well, that too.
But no, for sure, like that can definitely. But speaking of relationships, like especially with gays and lesbians, like let's talk about the way that we interact with each other.
Oh, yeah. Oof.
Because everyone knows this, like prior to me meeting Juliet. Well, as I say this, but like, you know, I did have a lesbian best friend who I'm still really good friends with. We only catch up like once a year. Shout out Danielle. But
I need to meet her. I still haven't met her yet.
no, you have to meet. She's in Orlando.
Yeah.
We're talking about her right now.
Yeah.
No, but it's true though. Like, I don't know. Like, lesbians have never been really nice to me. So in turn, I have just been kind of blasé with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And blasé is putting it kindly. So, but then I met Juliet, and she's like the most amazing human being I've ever met. And then,
Hey. That's so
know.
sweet. Not me crossed over. Hang on.
I know. Are we doing a seance?
Yeah, we are.
No, but I just like she completely changed my mind, and she introduced me to like all these confident girls, some who are still in our lives, some who are not.
Yeah. Very true.
Very that.
Very that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like it kind of changed, it shifted my perspective, and because every run-in that I've had with lesbians up until meeting you has not been great.
Yeah.
And I feel like lesbians have a lot of animosity toward gay men, and I feel like in turn, gay men have a lot of animosity toward them. And so, like, why do you think that is? Spill.
I think there's a lot of reasons. One of them, especially in LA, is because you guys dominate the bars. But I also know why you do. I have no animosity towards gay men whatsoever.
Oh, wow.
I prefer gay men, honestly.
Oof.
That's a bold statement.
It
Look,
is,
I love
is.
my lesbians. I love my lesbian friends. I really do. They're amazing people. However, I think I relate more to gay men in a certain way.
I can see that, yeah.
I mean, I just have a great time with you, and I've never had an issue with gay men, ever. But I do think that part of it is because of you guys dominating the bars and having your own spaces, and lesbians not having enough spaces for themselves. But I also think there's like a general, not hatred, but trepidation towards men with a lot of lesbians. And that has nothing to do with anything other than the fact that you're men.
Well, I think that it's like, I don't know. For me personally, I do think it's the spaces thing.
Yeah.
But the argument that I brought up many times is that if lesbians want more bars, then you have to open them. And then when they open them, you need to attend them.
Yeah.
And spend money.
I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I've never, that's actually the first conversation we had that bonded us. Because
I remember that.
you were talking about the fact that lesbians have so much animosity towards you because of certain spaces and like how all the gay spaces are catered toward gay men.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's a business, and you guys go out more, you spend more money. The bars are going to cater to you. That's just basic economics. And lesbians they don't go out as much as gay men. They don't spend as much money as gay men. This is statistically proven. This is not...
Oh, no, this is a fact.
This is a fact.
Because lesbians open up bars and then they go down in 3 months.
They go down.
Because you're not going to them.
Because of the nesting.
Yeah. No, and not even that, but like the only reason why it lasts 3 more months is because then like the few gay guys find out that there's not that many people there, so they want to go there to pregame.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so true. So we have
true.
events, and I actually think the events make sense for lesbians because we don't go out that often. So if there's something once a month or once every 2 weeks, then yeah, we'll go to that. But if there's a bar that's open every single day, we're just not going to do that. And that's a statistically proven fact that gay men spend more money. What?
Maybe they won't, but you will.
Not every day I've changed my ways, guys.
She'll be the one there.
I'll be the one.
No, she's the type that will like go to a lesbian event and then like hit me up and be like, oh, "Where are you?"
I told you, most of the time I have more fun in WeHo with the guys. I just do.
But I don't think that's like saying anything bad against lesbians. I just think that like you want more bars, you want more spaces, you want the gay community to be more inclusive. Well, then you have to start opening stuff, because if you just keep leaving it to the men, we're gonna keep opening shit, and it's all gonna be geared toward other guys.
Well, that's what I mean.
The marketing, everything.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you want more shit, you gotta get up off the couch, ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, you actually have to attend. So, I mean, I've always agreed with you on that fact. It's just basic, statistically proven economics.
Yeah.
And, what is it? Demand and... Why am I blanking on all the terms today?
Aren't you the social media strategist?
I am this. No, this is not social media strategy. This is economics. This is like my AP econ class.
Well, like, same thing.
Supply and demand. Jesus, help me.
I don't know much about algebra, but 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah. Supply and demand. That's what I'm trying to say. So, you know, if gay men spend the money, then the bars are going to cater to gay men. It's just true.
Yeah, no, it is true. I mean, I don't know. Like, I remember there was this one lesbian bar, the one that, like, I went to, like, 10 years ago. I feel like I was, like, 21. Oh, my God, I just aged myself. But I walked in, and it was, like, the last time that I went to a lesbian bar, because I will never forget, like, It was the one lesbian bar on the whole gay strip that's pretty much like male driven.
Yeah.
And I walked in and these women looked at me like I was the spawn of Satan. And I was just like, well, okay, then I won't give it my money then.
Yeah, then
like
I'm
fuck
not
you.
gonna support you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's fine. Like, but it's so interesting. It's like you guys are the one bar on the whole entire strip, and like I'm coming in there to give money.
Yeah.
And you were looking at me like, what the hell are you doing here? Mm-hmm. Well, trying to keep the lights on.
Well, that's also not fair. I mean, in a sense, I see both sides because I get that women want their own spaces. I totally understand that.
Just like men
But-
want their own. Yeah,
yeah.
I understand. Yeah.
But at the same time, I do think we're all gay. We should all be on the same side.
Right.
We should all support each other in that way. I don't believe necessarily in keeping gay men completely out of our spaces.
Well, there is more division within our community than there is outside of it.
Oh, totally.
That's the gag. It's like with
Yeah.
the way you look, what car you drive, how much money you have, like, is your hair done? Like, how old you are. Like, there is so much segregation within our own community. And I think that if we want the rest of the world to see us a certain way, we got to fix the call that's coming from inside the house.
I completely agree with you. And it's two different
get
types
it.
of, I mean, from what I've seen, the drama is very different in the gay community and the lesbian community. But
It is different,
lesbians
yeah.
are, I mean, one of the reasons I have essentially disappeared from the whole scene of it all is because lesbians are really awful to each other, especially in LA.
So are gay men.
Oh my God, we're horrible to each other.
The men are horrible
Just,
also.
like-
horrible. And you know what's crazy too is that the men, they'll sit there and pretend to fucking hate you, but then be hitting you up in the DMs talking about how cute they think you are.
Yeah.
So, not a dirty whore who needs to lose weight? I'm confused.
No, lesbians will pretend to be your friend, and then behind your back you find out that they're
Right.
plotting against you or saying some shit, and you're like, what the? It's, I don't know. All I know is that we are really judgmental towards each other and
Yeah.
really awful to each other. And sometimes, at least in the LA lesbian scene, when I walk in there now, also I stopped drinking like 8 months ago, and I really noticed this when I got sober. I was like, oh fuck, this entire scene is so dark. There's so much dark energy in these spaces.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think a lot of it stems from the fact that there is trauma within the gay community, and people use alcohol and drugs to cover it up. And there's also just this air of everyone is running away from something or trying to fill a void that's never going to be filled.
Well, I think the younger generation is fixing that because I've noticed that the spaces are becoming lighter.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the younger generation of gays are not, they're not dealing with that bullying and everything like that as much as we did as like millennials or like the ones that came before us. I forgot their names, like of that age group.
Gen X.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're not dealing with the bullying on the level. They're
Yeah,
still
that's
getting
true.
bullied and everything like that. Like it's definitely not, the problem hasn't been solved. But it's lightening up because I feel like the reason why a lot of gays are judgmental and mean to each other is because the world has not been very kind to us.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
then we go and you can only love somebody the way that you know how to be loved. So then you go and you spill your trauma on somebody who's just like you. Because it's like
Exactly.
it's like a mirror, right? Like
Yeah.
self-hatred is a mirror. Like you're
Yeah.
looking back at yourself. So it's just I think that the younger generation is definitely fixing that. I've noticed that there's less judgment, there's more body positivity because as I've explained to you, like being gay, it's extremely taxing.
Oh yeah. That's
is,
worse
like-
in gay men. Lesbians don't really
Yeah.
have that problem.
Well, because men are visual.
Yeah.
It's the way you look, the this, the that, like cutting out sugar. I need to beef up. I mean, honestly, even look at me. Like I've been like, I've drank so much protein in the last month that I just want to like throw myself off a like cliff. And sometimes I ask myself like, why am I doing this? I mean, yes, I like the way that I look. I like being confident, all those things. But I know there is that gay insecurity that's attached to it.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of it. Like it's a full-time job being gay. It's like not just that, but then it's like showing up and looking the way that you want them to look at you.
Yeah.
It's just like it's really difficult. And you see somebody who's more ripped than you, more jacked, somebody who has like a V and you don't have a V, and it's just like it can really, really get under your skin. It's like a virus almost. Like it's just
Yeah.
like, and we do it to each other, and then we judge others that don't look like us. I mean, not me. I'm definitely not like that, but I've noticed that a lot of gay men have friendships or hang out with other men that look just like them.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to hang out with guys who take care of themselves. I appreciate people that take care of themselves, but there is a lot more that goes into taking care of yourself. That has less to do with the way you look.
Yeah, that's true.
It's your mental health. What are you doing for yourself, your life? Like, being fit is not just having like, a bicep the size of my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's so much more to it, because then it's like you get into these groups and you just realize that everyone is just like brain dead.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
it's
what are
true.
you guys even talking about? Like, the next party you're gonna go to? Like, is there any depth here?
Yeah.
That's why my friends, they're all over the place. I have friends from all different types, walks of life, body types, ethnicities, whatever it is, because I just appreciate different perspectives. Like, these guys only hang out with each other.
Yeah. The chapel gays.
I'm bored.
But that's the thing, because everyone is so focused on vanity, and that is really something that happens within the gay community.
Yeah.
Lesbians kind of have that, kind of.
To an extent.
To an extent, but we
Yeah.
don't judge each other nearly as much as gay men do, especially on the, like, your body type.
Yeah.
Lesbians don't have that problem, at least from what I've noticed.
No, it's not that like prevalent. And like I always say it, like, look, I mean, I'm not sitting here trying to say that I'm like the hottest guy on earth, but if I wanted to hang out with those guys, I guess I could, but I just don't have any interest.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's
you
just-
definitely could.
It's sterile. Like, it's just,
But even the fact that you're saying that, like, you have to be a certain level of hot to hang out with these guys is wild. That's crazy.
well, and the thing is that they're not gonna say that.
Yeah.
And then it's like you listen to them talk, and it's just like, oh my god, like, the two that I showed you on the Instagram reels.
Yes.
Oh my god. There's this guy that I thought forever was the hottest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I knew that like it wasn't gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. That was a dead end.
Yeah, but like I don't know, I've done a lot of like self-work, self-improvement the last couple of months. Like I stopped drinking because I just don't want to anymore, and a lot of things like that. And like, I don't know, I feel like my third eye has opened and I'm seeing things differently than I saw them before. And I heard this guy talk, and I wanted to pluck both of my eyes out and wear them on the bottom of my feet. I mean, the conversation was just so vapid, and we go here because it's like the drinks are cheap, and we go there, and it's just like, oh my god, is that all there is to you?
Yeah.
Like, is that all that there is to your personality? Is like, you like what bars you like to go to? Like, bitch, there is a whole big world out there. And you're talking about high tops and the cheap drinks. Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Oh my God, that hit me so hard in this past year. Thank God I'm still, like, this is not shady, I promise. This is not shady, I promise. But thank God I'm in my 20s when I discovered this. Because I'm 27, but I'm still in my 20s.
Late 20s.
That's a read.
Later 20s. Enjoy clinging on while you can, bitch. They're trying to tell me I'm in my mid-30s. I'm like, no, bitch, I'm 33. I'm not mid. Mid is the 5 mark.
Yeah.
That's mid.
That's mid. No,
Right,
you're
right,
in your
right.
early 30s.
Jeez.
I am in my late 20s. I admit that I'm in my late 20s, okay? 27. I'm slowly encroaching 28, which is terrifying. But God, all the people all the people who are watching this that are over 30 are like, shut the fuck up, you're a kid.
No, and we're talking about not being like vain or vapid, and here we are like, oh my god, I'm turning 20.
I'm turning 28.
Oh my god, I gotta get more Botox.
I do have Botox. I fucking hate it. It's so LA. I'm like frozen on my forehead.
You're frozen when your heart's not open.
Listen, if I'm one thing, it's self-aware.
You only see what your eyes want to see.
See, I can't
How
speak
can
without
it
this.
be what you want it to be? You're frozen.
This is a side note. This is such a side note. But every single time I call him, he answers the phone, and I just sit there and I don't say anything. I just wait because I know he's gonna sing. I know some lyrics are gonna come out of his mouth, and it's usually what do you usually say? Is it a Nicki song?
Oh no, it's Pop pussy day, damn, is my pussy gay?
That.
Pussy that, pussy this, pussy taken. Pussy ride dick like she a Jamaican. Oh man, slow it down. I'ma give you something that you could hold down. Something. I'm too ill for that.
That's exactly what comes out of his mouth. Now imagine every time I talk to you every day, sometimes twice a day or 3 times a day.
Sometimes 5. Let's be honest.
Yeah, sometimes 5. That's what comes out of his mouth every single time. But anyway, that's a side note. What I was going to say was I'm very grateful that I learned this lesson in my 20s, and that's, well, not lesson. I guess I just kind of got all of that out of my system And
Like the
now
partying and everything?
Yeah, because I realized that, especially when I stopped drinking, I realized this. The world is so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that. What you do with your career, what your hobbies are outside of just going to the bars, everything is, if you just take a step back, you realize how vast the world is and how
Correct.
little your problems actually are in that space. Because I got so consumed by all of the bullshit that was happening in that scene. And I got some distance from it, and I was like, God, what was I doing? I was wasting all that time. Like, I wasted my 20s in WeHo. I did.
Well, I wouldn't say, see, like people like to be hard on themselves and say they wasted this, they wasted money. I mean, when I tell you the tens of thousands, I mean, probably over 100 grand just partying. Easy, maybe even more than that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a waste because you learn a lot of lessons.
That is true.
You
Yeah.
learn a lot about yourself. You kiss some frogs. You maybe jump some bones you would never jumped in the first place. And those things teach you.
They do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They do. And there's something to be said for it, but then there's also a time to move on.
Yeah.
Just like every chapter, it's time to move on. And that's like when I stopped drinking too a couple months ago. Like, it's not due to like an alcohol problem. It was just a lonely problem. And I thought that going out there made me more prone to like finding guys and this, that, and the other. And it honestly just hindered me because now that I'm like sober and taking care of myself and have a whole new like outlook on life, I can't keep up with all the dick I'm getting. So like way more than when I was going out there and like getting trashed into oblivion every night, thinking that like I actually am more confident hitting on guys now sober than I was back then.
Yeah.
I just am. Like, I appreciate things more. It's also taught me how to interact. Like, I had to kind of like just relearn how to interact with people in those environments. And it's really taught me a lot. So no, but I wouldn't take back the partying.
Yeah.
Bitch, I loved it.
You're like, I had a great time.
No, I did, but then it's just like, it's time to get to business. It's time to, start this podcast, this show, whatever you want to call it. It's time to really get to why I moved to LA.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I didn't come out here to be a property manager. I mean, the money's great. I love it. I have a pretty good life. But I want more. And I think that there's always a time to move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's time to say goodbye. Next chapter, new things. But it's true. When that third eye opens and you start to take yourself seriously, the universe does as well. And so does everybody around you.
That is very true.
And the girls who hate on you, they go bye-bye.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Bye.
I mean, that kind of happened to me recently. I mean, everything that's happened to me this year is just kind of a gateway into what the next chapter of my life is going to be.
And it feels so good.
That shit, I guess I am a little hard on myself, and I do think I wasted a lot of time. Like, I just do. But at the same time, I do agree with what you're saying in that I learned a lot of lessons from those experiences. Made me a lot more street smart. I will say that. It taught me a lot about people, and I saw the darkest sides of people, and I think that was a net positive for me to see.
That made you more street smart, and so did I.
That's true. That's not even, no, seriously, that's not even a joke. Like, he really did.
Clock that tea.
He really did. Because I think when I first met you, I wouldn't call myself naive. I don't think I was naive per se, but I do think I buried my head in the sand about people's darker sides. I always saw the good in people, and I still do.
I see the good, but the thing about like with being intuitive also is that like I can see the bad within 3 seconds. And so as much as I want to believe you, I know you're lying.
Yeah.
So it's like hard for me to like, that's why when someone pure comes along like when I met you, like you weren't expecting me to call you the next day. Like if I meet somebody who I know is genuine, I like cling on to them really hard.
Yeah.
Because it's so rare. Somebody that doesn't give me any preconceived notions, that I just get a good vibe off of right off the bat. I like sink my claws into it. It's
so rare to find those types of people. But when I first met you, you were like, we're going to be best friends. And I was like, okay.
Not that.
I mean, it's true because you just learn to expect that from people that you meet, like strangers you meet out.
I love you. We're going to be besties.
I love you. We're going to be besties. And then you never hear from them again. That's what I was thinking. I just kind of set myself up for that. And then you called me the next day and I was like, oh, he's serious. And that was
sober.
Like, called me sober the next day. And I was like, oh, shit. Oh, this guy actually takes me seriously.
And then we found ourselves on a cruise on the way to Turks and Caicos. And her and I just have a moment where we're sitting there looking at each other and we're like,
Damn!
we put our entire ass into this friendship. I said, damn, we're taking this, started at beaches, now we're international?
Yeah. We started at beaches and now we're on the beach.
Golly.
In the Turks and Caicos.
I said, oh my God, we went on a cruise with my boyfriend at the time. And I was like, damn, we put our pussy into this.
100%. We've ended up in a few situations like that. Like the Kim Petras concert.
Yeah, the Kim Petras concert, Palm Springs.
Yeah, Palm Springs.
Oh my God.
I was like, damn, okay, yeah, we really did this.
We did.
Yeah.
Well, part of the reason why we're calling this podcast or show,
whatever
it is, we're basically just getting on camera and rambling for 45 minutes. So part of the reason why we're calling it We're Not Related is because everyone thinks that we're brother and sister.
Everyone.
That or like if she's holding my hand in the club, like from the back, it looks like she's like some twink I'm banging. But
what can I say?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, we're gonna join us for future episodes because we're gonna be talking about life and all things gay, LGBTQIA plus, thems, theys, ladies, and everything in between.
All the things.
Yes, all the things.
It's funny because you literally took the thought out of my head where I was like, everyone in Palm Springs was like, are you brother and sister? It's so true. I mean, people think
B-roll.
we're twins. I know.
No, it is true. Are you guys related? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have the same dad.
Yeah, same dad.
Like, I like to lie all the time. I also like to give a fake name when I'm drunk.
You do? I gave a fake
I've done that
name
with
the
you.
other day.
I've done that with you. Well, I mean, I did it sober the other day too. That's the thing is I was just like, yeah, my name's Cody. He was like, your name's Cody? And I was like, yeah, it's Cody. And like everyone knew I was lying.
Yeah.
And this guy really thought my name was Cody the entire night.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you do it just to fuck with people?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, since I'm not drinking anymore too, like, well, I did it when I was drunk. But now that I'm sober, like, I just need like shenanigans to keep me entertained.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I give a fake name when I get a bad vibe from someone.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Or like a guy that like, I
Yeah.
mean, I've even given like fake numbers. Ooh,
Oh,
what does that mean?
do you give people fake numbers?
I have before, yeah.
Oof.
Because I don't like to reject, because I don't know, I don't like the way that feels. Not that I get rejected very often. But
Work.
the once or twice, I guess.
Yeah. You know,
I just didn't like the way it
times.
made me feel.
Yeah.
So,
So, yeah.
you know, I like to
But
give an
does
illusion.
that feel worse in the end?
You think you're gonna fall for an illusion. Dance all night. Cut.
See, what I do is if someone asks for my number and I'm not interested, I'll be like, I don't usually give that out, but I'll give you my Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been a while since I gave a fake number, but the Instagram. So if someone asks to like connect with me, like I already know what that means.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I mean, well, sometimes there's like a friend vibe, but like I always say, you know when somebody wants to bone or when they're like into you.
For sure. Yeah.
So if I'm not into it back, I'll give an Instagram.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
I don't know. There have been a couple of times where I've given my Instagram to someone I'm very interested in. And then I'll reach out to them.
Well, yes, I'll do that as an icebreaker. And then the minute we part, I'll get into the DMs and I'll go, you're really cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that before.
If I'm too shy to blatantly say, hey, I'm into you, because I am a lot of the time.
Yeah.
If I ask for your Instagram, there is hope. Because you should receive a DM like within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like after leaving, like,
For sure,
I
you're
think
cute. I rarely ask for someone's number anymore. In person, like when I first meet you, rarely ask for the number. I
Interesting.
usually go for the Instagram first.
Also, like, there have been some people, not many, like, I think most people give me their numbers on dating apps, but like Tinder, for example, like, if I'm into somebody, like, I'll give them my number. And there's been a couple times where somebody doesn't want to give their number up front. They're like, oh, can we keep it on here or keep it on social media? It's happened like 3 times. I think
Really?
in like my whole history of dating, it's happened like 3 times. But like, why don't you guys like to give somebody your phone number? Like, you can't really get much information off a phone number. I mean, maybe a name, but like, I just don't. Well, I don't want to have all these messages and like if it's like we don't even know if we like each other yet or whatever. But I'm like, it's a phone number.
It's a phone number.
Just block it.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, why? What's weird? Like, oh, okay. Well, I'm giving you my phone number because I think you're cute and I am interested in furthering the conversation. So before you send me 5 backup messages saying hello, do you want to talk? Do you want to talk? I'm trying to avoid that because I don't check the apps that often.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you my number so that we can connect because I think you're hot as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm trying to get off
And
an
I would like
app,
to get in that ass. So
if if I'm trying to get off an app, I usually go for the Instagram first. Again, always Instagram first. There's nothing wrong with a phone number, but it feels more
invasive.
Yeah, or it feels like I'm coming on stronger if I ask for a phone number.
Instagram is a way to go. If I'm really into a guy and we're like having good conversation in person, I will just like, at that point, then I'll be like, I think you're really hot.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just like, if it's been like an hour and I know the vibe is there,
Yeah.
I'll just be like, take my number.
But that's different. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's different. If you have like a real connection with someone and you're talking for a long time and you just meet them, that's different to me. But if you meet someone quickly, I'd never ask for the phone number. Like if I've walked up to people before in the past and I've been like, hey, I think you're really cute. Can I have your Instagram? I've done that before.
Okay. Well, no, the number, I don't ask for the number in person.
Yeah.
It's usually after I'll text it to them or I'll DM it to them. I'm just saying like on Tinder, if we've been having conversation and I send you my number, and because on Tinder you can quickly send a number and an Instagram link.
Oh, okay.
It's like an auto respond thing. So if I send you that, it's like that response of like, well, okay, I'm more comfortable keeping it on here for right now. I mean,
I don't get that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
your privacy is your privacy. Like, I don't know you well enough, so it doesn't bother me either way. But like, just know that you're probably gonna get a response from me in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Because I don't check those apps like that. I don't live
Yeah.
on those apps. Like Instagram, I'll live on more than that. So
sure.
your DMs I'll get.
Yeah.
But Tinder, I don't know. Like, online dating is so fucking disappointing. So it's like I get on there. Oh, no, we're not cutting this off yet.
What?
I have something to say.
What? Take your time.
If you fucking
Say it.
live in a different, let me not clap because I need the mic to pick this up.
Yeah.
If you live in a different state or 7,000 fucking miles away, why are you messaging me, mama? Why?
Why is it in LA? People move their location and I'm like,
No. Like, I'll be on Tinder and like all these hot ass guys. Oh, you French guys. Oh my God. Let me tell you, the international twinks. Oh my God. Like, and then it's like, then they get upset when I don't answer and I'm like, you don't live here.
yeah.
And I hate to sound so dry and bitchy, but you don't live here. So why the hell am I gonna put myself through that mental turmoil and sexual frustration? Like, I don't wanna sit there and jack off to your little ass photos that you send me. Like, I want the real thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying like to make it all about size, because I am looking to, I'm looking for a husband, I'm looking for all of that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't want to torture myself like that. Like, I want to meet you. I don't want to like create this whole relationship with you where we're texting back and forth, because I've done that with guys that don't live here. And I'm gonna fly in or this, that, and the other. And it's like, why? Also, like, when I date somebody, I just say it off the bat. I'm needy.
Yeah.
I am needy as hell. And I don't mean that in a weak way or an insecure way, but I'm needy in the sense that I want to see you.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not one of these guys that's going to pencil you in for a date. Like, or, oh, I think I can meet next week. I'm busy all week. Like, no, everyone has a time.
Yeah.
Nobody is that busy. I'm an extremely busy person. Nobody is too busy to meet somebody that they want to invest time in.
Yeah.
They're just not. So for me personally, like if you're having a long, hard day at work, I'm having a long day, you know what? Like, it's 9 p.m., come over, like, spend the night.
Yeah.
Fucking come all the time if you want. I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm just too needy for the long distance thing. I did it, and there's only one person in the world that I would ever do long distance with. And even with him, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's probably going to see this. Can you just call me? But anyway,
Can you please just
call me. It's getting really
Please.
old. It's getting really old.
Just call him.
But
It's different, I swear. Just call
for
him.
you, I'd move.
Yeah.
But for anybody else, I'm just like, it's too much for me.
Yeah.
So I would only do it for a limited time with that person, with said person. But it's just, I don't message me.
Yeah.
Or like, fine, we match because I don't notice that you don't live here. But then it's like, you'll message me, get upset that I'm not replying, and then I go to your profile and I see why I didn't reply, because you live 7,993 miles away.
Yeah.
So mama, not only do you not live in the United States of America, but you live in a different country, a different continent. Like, what are we gonna do?
Oh yeah, no, that's no. Absolutely not.
Oh
I
God,
did
like-
long distance from LA to San Diego, and that was already difficult enough.
Oh my God.
And I was just like, oh. I mean, we made it work, but I also I've experienced what it's like to date someone who lives in LA now. It's fucking great. I don't know if I could go back. Distance is really difficult.
Distance is really difficult. I always say San Diego is the furthest I would go.
Yeah.
Unless it was that boy. that we're talking about a minute ago.
Well, that's a different situation.
But that would be resolved very quickly, and that would not stay long distance.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't believe that you can make a relationship work if it stays long distance. One of you is going to have to move eventually.
Well, speaking of meeting somebody who's really right for you, but it's the wrong time.
Yeah.
That situation is one of those situations. Because if I would have met him now, especially because I'm older than him and all those things, and my life the way it is now is so different than me making $15 an hour slinging coffee.
Yeah.
Not having a pot to piss in, having 3 roommates, going back and forth for 6 hours every 2 weeks, like that. Oh my God. Like, but that's neither here nor there. But San Diego, I would do.
Yeah.
I would
San
attempt
Diego's
to.
not the worst thing in the world,
I would
but it's
attempt.
still hard. It's still
Yeah.
like not the easiest thing.
It's hard because I've definitely had a few San Diego rendezvous, but but it's just like, I don't know, like I would do it like if it's somebody who I really saw a future with.
Yeah.
If I really saw a future with that person, I would be like, okay, this is a temporary thing. Let's figure it out, because as we all know, like dating in any city is hard. So if I really saw that potential and there was like fireworks and I was like, oh my God, this is it,
Yeah.
I would invest the time. Or if I saw potential of that being it, I would put the time in. But
That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, distance is not my thing. It's really hard.
I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but don't message me.
Yeah.
Or
I-
unmatch me.
I kind of agree.
Or it's like when they say things like, I've always wanted to go to LA, immediately I just think to myself, why?
Why? Well, I did the distance thing and I brought someone out here who never left, but that's a whole other story.
Well, because they wanted something.
Yeah.
And
wanted
so,
something.
right. So I'm just kind of like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Like, you want me to pay for ass? Baby, this is like a public library out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay for that.
I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing all that. I ain't reading all that.
I'm reading all, and then the books are overdue. Then I got late fees, and now I said, and now I owe the city. Like, oh, now I'm in debt. Oh, no.
I can't. We gotta wrap this up. We'll talk forever.
No, I know for sure. But anyways, so
He already said this. I'm gonna say it this time. Please tune in to our future episodes.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about everything gay.
yeah, like, share, subscribe, whatever media you're consuming this on, or whatever social platform you're consuming this on. Repost it. Do whatever. Yeah, just like it. Do whatever it takes to give it traction. Okay, goodbye.
Okay.